Howdy, hey, hi, Spaceman Josh here, and welcome back to Planetbase. So we're right where we left off, so let's go ahead and get back into the action. This engineer, what is this engineer's name? He got stuck in the hallways. I think it's a he, I don't know. If I click on it, I can find out their name. Deidre Schosberg. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but... I don't know what culture that's from, so I don't know how to determine whether or not that would be what gender they would be, or what I should say is what sex they would be. I don't know. Gender is a spectrum, and I don't think this game would take that into consideration. That'd be too the mechanic would be too small for it to be any sort of worry for the developers. I can't zoom in anymore, but it looks like it is a woman. But yeah, so with that, okay, so they didn't get stuck at, so we got, yeah, words. Destroy the hallway, so I have a bioplastic there. I need more in order to be able to continue building things. This thing would only need to be spares, arms workshop, and semiconductor foundry for the factory. So I don't need any of those at the moment. I still have all 10 of my original spares. So next from here, let's take a look at what we can build. I think next I'll build the storage. I'll build storage, and then I will build another windmill, and then finally after that a landing pad. I don't know why I just paused. Pressed escape too many times. I'll just kind of keep it going in this sort of speed fashion, allowing them to build up some of that starch, that beautiful, beautiful starch, as well as that bioplastic. Let's take a look at where we want to place our storage, though. It doesn't have to be too incredibly close to the oxygen, because it won't be something that everyone travels through. If I placed it sort of alongside here, be the same amount of oxygen that the factory is getting, at least for right now. So I think I'll go ahead, and that seems like a decent place to put it. It'll take 3 bioplastic. Oh, hey, I have 3 bioplastic. That was not intentional. Actually, no, scratch that. That was completely intentional. You can't prove any different. You heard nothing. Speed up, get it built. Ooh, now I have 4. Now we build storage, and now we won't have stuff being outside. The planet we were on sort of kicked us out, and so they sort of just threw our stuff on the curb, and we had to, instead of moving away, we just built our house right next to them. There we go. They kicked these astronomers out of Earth, and so they just went and decided for no apparent reason at all to go land on Europa, around Jupiter, and that's where we are right now. So now we have storage. Actually, no, I won't speed that. I'll speed that back up. And so I'll let this sort of... We'll need to build more bioplastic before we continue anything anyway. And now that we have things built, workers will now, as well as everyone else, once they have the time, will start grabbing all of the stuff out here and placing it into storage, which will be nice. After they take all of the stuff out of this food area. That is a lot of food, vegetables that hasn't been moved at all. Good thing I built the storage when I did. I think if it stacks too high, it stops producing something along those lines. I don't know, but I'm going to assume that's the case and worry about it until I get proven wrong. If you can prove me wrong, prove me so in the comments. That's something that's good to know. I don't know. But yeah, this seems to be going pretty well, moving everything over. We have 3 starch, and we have a thing that can hold 3 at the same. Now we have 4. So hopefully we'll, yeah, there we go. The worker is working on getting some of that starch produced into bioplastic, because every one of those processing structures, machines, whatever you want to call them, can only hold 3 of the ore at a time. So only having one of the processor, you only really want 3 of the raw resources at any given time. That way you're not overproducing ore, and instead of you producing enough of the actual materials. So I know that in between all my rambling, I said I would build another windmill as the 3rd object after I built a factory and a storage, and then after that I'd build a control center. And so I'll go ahead and I'll look at building another windmill. 1 through 4. I don't want to build another big one right away. At least I don't think so. Actually, you know what, YOLO. In these case for these Ashen months, that statement is quite taken literally. Go ahead and do that. Can I connect this one to that one? No, I cannot. I think once they get these materials out of the way, I'll build my next windmill. I'll destroy the solar panel and actually build the another windmill in its place. It'll work. I know it'll disconnect the power, but don't worry, there's a method to my madness. I just haven't figured it out yet. Let's go ahead and speed up time. That storage looks like it could be getting pretty full. There's my mouse. It is at 57% capacity. I stand corrected. It is a little above halfway full. A lot more stuff can fit in there than I thought. But we have no more metal left. We have 1 ore, and it's being worked into metal right now. 99%. There we go. Now we have a metal. He's going to immediately take it over to the windmill, and we'll have another big windmill, which is good because I think that it was like 25 meter per second winds where it would make it so that way this would start using power. But now it can be, you know, technically 12.5, but 12 meter per second winds, and I can still be making power. Though 5 and 6, not a good number. When your main source of power is wind and your wind strength is at 0 meters per second, you have a lot to worry about. Hey, now that I have 2 windmills... Nope, the wind is just dying down. That's something I really have to worry about now. I'm probably not going to make it. I'm probably going to have a couple blackouts. Well, it'll just stay in blackout until I get wind again. But, you know, same difference. What I'm going to do now... Ooh, there's a wind. It's creating power now, which is nice. Anything above, you know, 13 or greater, I'll be making power, which will be helpful. Max wind strength seems to be 60 meters per second. I'll go ahead and prioritize the mine, and I'll deprioritize the processing plant because we need ore to get metal. We have 8 bioplastic. That's a good number to have right now. The next thing I want to get is the control center, and I need metal for that, as well as after that maybe another windmill to just get that out of the way and to help with the power stuff. And then I can just not have to worry about that. And well, for all that, I need metal. Also, I think, I want, after the control center, actually, yeah. After the control center, I want to build a landing pad, and then I'll build another windmill. That way I can start getting more colonists, preferably more workers. And then after I get more workers, more biologists to make sure I keep up the food. And if I get a third large windmill, what could end up happening is then, so one windmill can need at least 25 meters per second. 2 windmills divided that by 2, obviously. 3 windmills would divide by 3. 50 divided by 3 is 16.7. And so you can divide that by 2, get about 8.8. So 9 or more meters per second of wind is what I'll need to have for 3 large windmills to make sure I always make power. Or actually, that number's going to change. That I add more structures. But you probably heard that alarm through my rambling. It is time for this episode's Nerd Alert. Okay. So I know in the previous episode I gave you the definition for Mizar objects. And so I want to have this Nerd Alert for the first Mizar object. Actually, it's going to be M1. The first, I don't know if it's the first in the catalog or the first that they found, or both. But M1 is also known as the Crab Nebula. If you don't know, nebula are essentially a cloud of dust and gas, and they can either be considered what is considered, planetary nebula, which is the type of nebula that gets from a star going through its death cycle, or there's also stellar nurseries, or stellar nebula, essentially the nebula that makes the stars instead of what we consider planetary, instead of the star deaths. In the end, astronomical timescales they're pretty much one and the same, but we have 2 different names depending on when they occur in terms of a star. I don't know which one the Crab Nebula is, but M1 is also called the Crab Nebula. So with this episode's Nerd Alert out of the way, let's go ahead and get back into the episode. We got some pretty strong winds right now, which is really nice. We have 3 ore. And if I can move my mouse and check what I'll need for a control center. Control center will be 2 to 4. I'll do the small one, so 2 of each. I'll be connecting, I hope, 2 hallways. Oh, I don't want to get the engineer stuck again, but 2 hallways. So it will be using 4 of each material. So I'll need 4 metal ore before I can start prioritizing before I prioritize this right here. Really? There's already a camera there? I guess I can just always do that, maybe? But a guard doesn't look at that until there's a camera console. But I can look at it. Ooh, you can sort of see the screen and the buttons. That's just a normal keyboard, though. With I hope it's like some knobs and buttons on the side, but still. I can't see that one, though. That's kind of sad. But I can see that one. Ooh, I saw the robot. Is it just me, or is the graphics on this moving? Like, you think if it was like sunlight or something, it would like move across the screen and not move back and forth like it is. Saw the robot again. Yeah, I've said this in Season 1, and I'll say it again in Season 2. The graphics for looking at the cameras, for some reason, is just so much better to me than the actual graphics themselves. Like, they look a little bit more animated, but the animation seems I want to say it looks smoother. And so it's just interesting to see. Okay, I'll exit out of this and actually play the game now. That's what you're all here to see. Oh, the good thing I did, because now there's a blizzard. Ooh, snow. It's not just wind like on the other one. I like that little detail. Hopefully no one's outside. I don't know. Yeah. Thought's not working. Is anyone in this mine right now? No, thank goodness. I do not want anyone outside right now, because I cannot control whether or not they're outside or not right now. On the bright side, you get maximum wind, so you always know there's power. In fact, how much do they produce at maximum? 100. Because you know the solar panel gets nothing. Well, it's like getting like 4 or 5. But each of these it has a max of 50. During 60 meter per second winds, they used to produce 50. And the current thing is consuming 33. So with a max of 50 and a need for 33, that is going to be 2/3 right now. Wait, yeah, no. Thoughts? Yeah, it's going to be 2/3 of Wait, why am I saying 2/3? I'm thinking one solar panel. We have two now. It's going to be 33% of the power of maximum capacity needs to be being created. 33% of 60, well, 1/3 of 60 is 20. So I need at least 20 meter per second winds right now with the current structures I have to be producing a positive input of energy. The wind is going down. If I can find my mouse, let's keep an eye on this so we can get an idea. So it turns green on 30. And I think it goes red probably around 10 or so. But around right there, you can kind of sort of see is the third mark. Around like 14 or 15 meters per second is around when it turns red. I have 3 metal right now. And then we're making the 4th. I see the machine moving. Is the storage full? 96%. Good to know. As soon as they make this metal, we'll alleviate some of that. Looks like it's not even enough for one thing of food. We're at 87%, 93%, 99%, 100%. I'll press escape, and we'll go ahead and build the control center. We'll do it like this. Connect that hallway. Tell them to speed it up. And then after it's built, I'll tell them to connect the other hallway. That way they don't accidentally like go into the middle to create this and then make that. I think that maybe what happened last time. Oh, the robot broke outside. Oh, that guy just took, that was the medic. He just took the material out of the robot and was like, yep, you don't need this anymore. It's so sad. But I'll get this ready. My mouse isn't moving again. There we go. Connect it. Another small hallway. And after this, I build a landing pad, and then I will build another windmill. Like the solar panel has used now, I think I've seen it use 2 spares, and that thing does not do enough to benefit from. If we slow time back down, the connection has been built. So now we sort of have this interlooping thing right here. I do want to go into the factory and now place down a spares factory because we used about half of them now. And then I'll speed up time, deprioritize this building, reprioritize the mine, get all 3 workers out there focused on that. I wonder. Wouldn't it be so? Let's see. No, okay. Wouldn't it be so cool if like there was the camera icon here, and like you could actually see like sort of like the hallway of like the mine. You could see workers like bring up the ore before it actually reached the outside. That'd be a cool little like a little update thing. I'm gonna watch people as they sleep. Don't judge me. The engineers got up. Oh no, those are the workers. They're gonna go work in the mine. I found out work. Oh, the medic is getting up. I don't know which one was workers and which one was engineers. They're both wearing orange and blue. Biologist going to take a nap. Their pajamas are kind of weird. They're interesting, but kind of weird. Oh, there's little window things. That's nice looking out from the inside out. I saw someone in here. They were walking around. I saw that head. I don't know how to edit it to show you all, but I know I saw something. You can rewind and look at it yourselves. This robot's just kind of sitting there. He doesn't got nothing to do. Just keep time sped up here. Get things done. Are they in the mine yet? The engineer is bored out of his mind. Got 2 workers in there. Things are going pretty slow, but we have reached the 20-minute mark. So I'm gonna end the episode here. Thank you all for watching. If you like to go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos and hear more nerd alerts, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to, also turn on notifications. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Spaceman Josh out.